Bone broth, beyond the noodles. Welcome to my journey with bone broth, where I learned that chicken soup is more than just about the noodles. My awakening to bone broth began when I was living in San Francisco, where Mark Twain dubbed as the coldest winters. And if you know me, I am not a fan of cold weather. When I'm cold, I'm pretty miserable. It goes straight to my bones and I get achy. G, my roommate, offered to make me chicken soup, and I figured she was kind enough to crack me open a can of chicken noodle soup. So I said thank you and waited. But this was no typical can of soup. I watched G as she dropped drumsticks into a slow cooker with ginger and other vegetables. Amazed, I asked her, "What type of soup is this?" She said it was a traditional bone broth her grandmother would make. "No noodles?" I asked. "No noodles," she responded. Chicken soup is so much more than just the noodles. It's about the actual deconstruction of the bones and the properties that gives nutrients and healing to the body. A good soup certainly goes beyond the noodles. It's all in the bone. Marrow, collagen, cartilage, nutrients, and minerals. Is bone broth really that powerful? Of course. The uses of bone broth goes beyond just being a simple remedy for colds and flus. I love the simplistic views of Chinese nutrition and yet the complexity of how bone broth benefits the body. Chilled to the bone? Drink bone broth. It can spark the flame within and warm the body. The bone is cooked down, which contains both yellow and red bone marrow, which can support the immune system and move lymph. Joints hurt? Drink broth to support cartilage function. As a movement therapist, I find great success in drinking bone broths to help with joint support and function. The cartilage and collagen from the bone broth is very nourishing. Cartilage drastically improves degenerative joint disease and supports joint function and connective tissue. Low on energy? Drink the bone broth to boost the body's function. Calcium and phosphorus are cooked down from the bone, which is so beneficial to our muscles and bones. These broths can benefit the body by supporting the connective tissues. Chinese medicine recognizes bone broth for building blood and qi, helping energize and support the body's movement and function. Have intestinal issues or gut inflammation? Drink bone broth for its anti-inflammatory properties. Your digestion can be balanced with the minerals and amino acids that are contained in the bone broth. Bone broth helps keep the gut flow functioning, all the while building the immune system in the small intestines. Healing from injury or surgery? Drink broth for its healing properties due to the bone's release of collagen. If you are post-surgery, injured, and trying to heal, the collagen in bone broth contains minerals that heals bones and helps repair cartilage within the bones and joints. So learning how great bone broth is, it's necessary to ask, is this all about chicken? No, not at all. Bone broth goes beyond the chicken. In fact, oxtail, pork, beef, turkey, even pig's feet each have a specific energetic property and health purpose to build qi and blood. Ranging from cooling to warming, lamb being the most warming, but beef, oxtail, and turkey are also warming properties as well as chicken. Pork tends to be a little more on the neutral, but still complements healing properties when used with herbs and vegetables. Always optional, you can add to the bone broth for further benefits. Add a splash of vinegar, which is often used to help remove the minerals from the bone. Or you can add other ingredients to boost flavor as well as health benefits. There are herbs and other various vegetables to change the taste and healing properties of the broth. Playing with how you want to tailor the concoction can be a fun way to promote healing and balance in your body. So how does one make a bone broth? An easy way to start is simply choose your bones, be it chicken, pork, oxtail, whatever it may be, and in a large pot of water, add a little splash of vinegar to help extract the minerals. Simmer this down for about 5 or more hours. Or you can get a slow cooker and on a low temperature, cook the bones for about 8 or more hours. There is no wrong way to cook this down. You really cannot overcook bone broth. Think of the main rule with bone broths. The longer you cook the bones, the more will become extracted into the broth. So now that you have the simple power to create a cure-all home remedy, what are you waiting for? Get your first bone broth started. Don't worry about the noodles and focus on the bones.